It's okay. Yes, it's okay now. Good evening, all. Good evening. Yes, today is the last day. Yes. We will wait. Yes. Good evening once again and happy learning. I am sharing my screen. Okay. Please let me know. Just a minute. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know if it is visible and we can start in a minute. Okay. Is my screen visible? And am I audible? Okay. So, a quick recap. What we learned yesterday? We learned inventory waste, correct? Also, the three forms of inventory we discussed. Which are the three forms of inventory? Yes, inventory, RM inventory, WIP, and finished good, correct. Then also we discussed motion and transportation, then excess processing, correct? What is excess processing? Then we saw the toast video. And I told you to identify the wastes in that. And we also learned that identification of waste is very, very important. If you want to reduce the lead time, then we need to identify and eliminate or reduce waste. Yes? Yes, Girija, we watched the toast video. It is called as toast video. You can Google. It is available on YouTube as well. So toast video, and it is a very simple video for the introduction of waste, and you can able to notify the wastes, correct? We also learned that in that video that he should ask his customer first, so that overproduction was not visible actually, but he should discuss with the customer and what type of toast his wife actually wants, and then other wastes. Clear? Then we also discuss the difference between problem solving and Kaizen. What is problem solving? Problem solving is what? And what is Kaizen? What is the difference between? Yes. Filling the gap or back to the standard. Back to the standard is called that problem solving. Yes, back to the standard. Always remember. And improving the standard. And, and improving the standard is called as Kaizen. Clear? Then we also discussed Mura and Muri. Clear? And there was some confusion for some of the people. We will discuss that first. Okay? And then I will come to back to these processes. Okay? So we discussed the Muda, Mura and Muri. Muda is clear, correct? Muda is clear. Muda means waste. So 7 plus 1 waste is called as Muda. Okay? Mura means unevenness. As we discussed yesterday, it is unevenness, fluctuation, variation. So, for example, this is the picture. Okay? And now we will discuss about Mura and Muri. So Mura means unevenness. Suppose this worker carries more load and this worker is not carrying much load. So even this the condition, suppose there are two operators and one operator cycle time is 240 seconds manually and each cycle time is suppose 80 seconds. It is said that load is unequally distributed. So what is Mura? Mura is unevenness in load. Mura is variation in load. Mura is imbalance. And sometimes there is a fluctuation, particularly when we got the orders from the customer, there is a fluctuation. So day by day, there is a fluctuation. All these is called as Mura. Unleveled workloads, uneven workloads, imbalanced workloads. It is called as Mura. Muri means we are overburdening either operator or the equipment. Suppose he can carry 3 bricks and suppose he is carrying more bricks. So now this operator will be under stress. So in my village, there were people who were carrying 100 kgs of weights. So during farming, they were carrying the grains and 100 kgs of weights they were carrying. This is nothing else but muri. Now government told that weight should not be more than 50 kgs like that. So they were carrying 100 kgs of weight. So people were telling that please carry 100 kgs of weight, and because of poor condition, he was just accepting he was carrying 100 kgs of, for example, grains. So that is called as muri. Muri means unreasonable burden on the people or the machine, and mura is unevenness. Clear? So one of our participant helped me. So it is just summary. What is mura? Uncontrolled fluctuations. Sometimes it is not in our control. Imbalanced workload. So one person is busy, 240 seconds he is working, and another is working only 80 seconds. It is called as unevenness. Muri literally meaning is overburden. So either muri on man or muri on machines. So working in natural conditions, working under strain, low lux level, excess noise, fumes, high temperature, vibrations. So this is called as muri. So there are a lot of vibration, there are a lot of strain, low lux level, excess noise, and he is working in that condition. Then it is called as muri on man. And muri on machine means we are operating machine over its safe limits, overload, like that. Or we are continuously running in machines in lunch, tea, and there is no maintenance, good maintenance practices, and hence there will be a lot of load on machines. That is called as muri. So mura and muri is clear. Mura means unevenness, imbalance, uncontrolled fluctuation, unevenness, and muri means overburden. Either it can be on man or either it can be on machine, and we need to avoid muri because operator will be under stress, machine will be under stress, and there will be a lot of other consequences. So muda, mura and muri is clear. It's very simple. Actually, it's a part of lean, but I just told you, I suppose that I should discuss with you. Okay. Okay, and this is a visual. It's very simple picture. You can just check. This is also called as simple picture. Muda, mura, and muri. Muri means overburden, mura means unevenness. Okay. Now, before proceeding, I have one question for all of you. What is our job? What is our job? Can anyone tell me what is our job? We are not working on the machines, right? We are not working on the machines, okay? To complete the responsibilities given, to identify waste, okay? Okay. Improve to the next level, to perform better, to identify and improve or solve problem. Very good. So, have you heard the speech of Raju Bajaj, sir? So, in Pune, there is one engineering college, and he delivered a very good speech. So, we will listen to that speech. And in that speech, there is some less volume, particularly that video. Just watch. And if it is very less volume, then I can share in group as well. But can I play that speech? Can I play that video? What is our job? Okay.
The second story, friends, I want to share with you is to do with a Japanese professor who taught me a great lesson in management.
Is it audible? Is it visible? Okay. Now just listen to this beautiful video.
The second story, friends, I want to share with you is to do with a Japanese professor who taught me a great lesson in management in the most insulting way possible. His name is Professor Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi-san, we used to call him. When I first met him, I was in charge of Bajaj Auto's R&D and engineering. We were working hard on the Pulsar. And he asked me a simple question, and run it through your minds as I'm telling you this story. He asked me, "What is your job?" I said to him, "Yamaguchi-san, I am Vice President Products." And his exact words to me were, "Stupid boy. That is your designation, that is not your job. What is your job?" So I said to him, "Yamaguchi-san, my job is to develop motorcycles." He said, "Oh, I see. You are working on the drawing board or on the CAD station." So I said, "No, I am not personally actually working on the drawing board." He said, "Then what is your job?" So there was a concept that time called design for manufacturing. I said to him, "Yamaguchi-san, my job is to make a design which is very, very efficient for manufacturing." He said, "Oh, now I understand. Working on the machine is your job." I was thinking to myself, I am Rajiv Bajaj and he's making a worker out of me. So I said, "No, Yamaguchi-san, I don't work on the machine myself." Then he said, "Then what is your job?" So I was getting very anxious by then. I said to him, "Yamaguchi-san, my job is to develop such beautiful motorcycles that all the boys sitting here should want to buy it. Maybe some girls also, I don't know." He said, "Oh, now I understand. You are salesman in dealer workshop. You are working in dealership." I said, "No, Yamaguchi-san, I am not doing that also." So then he looked at me and he said, "You don't design, you don't make, you don't sell, then what is your job?" Then after some time he smiled and he said, "I know you are a manager, only talking is your job." So he said, "You people, you so-called managers in companies, you don't do anything with your own hands. See, at least a surgeon, a cricketer, a musician, a chef, all these professionals have to work very hard with their hands. But managers only working with the mouth. Only yak, 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 blah, 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 blah all the time." So then I only asked him, "Please tell me what is my job?" And he said, "The third important word I want to leave with you, improvement is your job. Every day you must ask yourself, can you create an environment, can you create an atmosphere in your company so that everybody who comes there is motivated to do better than he did yesterday? If you can create this kind of empowerment, enablement, then you are doing your job." I was very happy because I thought I had learned something. Next day, Yamaguchi-san came to Bajaj Auto. First thing he asked me, "What is your job?" I said, "Yamaguchi-san, improvement is my job." Immediately he asked me, "Good. What is your action?" I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "This is the problem with Indian people. In India, nobody does. Only Ganesha does, Ganesha does, Ganesha does." He said, "Yesterday I told you, improvement is your job. You accepted it. But you have not taken any action since morning. You are only talking again. Improvement is my job, improvement is my job." So friends, what I want to say to you through this,
Okay. So what is our job? What is our job? Improvement is our job. We are not working by with our own hands. At least a cricketer, chef, they are working with their own hands. Suppose we are managers, workers are doing their jobs. In lean manufacturing, it is said that only workers are the value adders. They add value. And our job is to support the value adders. So we have either we need to support the value adders to create a culture of continuous improvement is your job and to create an army of problem solvers. Toyota always say, as I told you, we don't build cars, we build people. So we need to create an army of problem solvers. They should able to solve the problems. We should create a culture of continuous improvement in our organization. And we need to support our value adders because we are selling our products. Why? Because workers working on the machine, they are making the products. So our job is to make their jobs easy. Got it? So this is called as improvement is your job. Okay. Yes. Now we will see 10 principles of Kaizen. So you can just I will share this material with you as well. But these are 10 principles. We will just read. So you can then discuss later on. So we will not discuss it because of time. Just these are the 10 principles. It is said that we need to throw out our old ideas and we should always say that keep an open mind to change. Keep an open mind. Because in 1896, one of the scientists, and I think he was the father in church, I think, as well. And he said that all the inventions are already happened. Now in future there will be no inventions because it is in 1896 he said that almost all inventions are now already happened. But after 1896 there are more inventions. So you should always keep an open mind to change. Things will definitely change. As I told you, the first hard disk, the size of first hard disk was near about half of the room, and that crane is required to lift that hard disk, and that hard disk was able to store only 2 MB file. So storage only 2 MB, size is half of the room, and crane is required to lift that hard disk. But now in our mobile there are lots of GBs and GBs of data, so there is always a continuous improvement. You should keep an open mind to change. That is first principle of Kaizen. Most of the time we are just giving the excuses, so why it will not happen, that is also not wrong. We should also say there are some practical difficulties. We should always say that we should always say the practical difficulties, but we should also think about the solution. We should also discuss the options among the team. What could be the option? Yes, what could be the option? So this new method is not working. So what could be the option? So that is second principles. Always think about the options. Always discuss about the options. How that new method will work. What are the challenges? So can we overcome these challenges? Third principle is called as don't accept excuses, just do it. There is one good sentence from one of the Japanese sensei. He is saying that don't think with your head, think with your hand. What does it mean? Think with your hand. Sometimes there is analysis paralysis. Only we are discussing, but we are not executing, we are not implementing. So Japanese are very harsh on that, particularly Japanese sensei. They are always saying that think with your hand. Means go there and just implement. Just do it. There are lots of discussions. And hence Karoshika was saying that small improvements are always better than the big improvements which never happen. Okay. That is the third principle of Kaizen. If you are not seeking a perfection, it's okay. If 50% improvement chances is there, if 50% is the acceptable, done it immediately and you can improve it later on. So Kaizen is not a one night journey. Kaizen is not a one night journey. For example, consider a four-wheeler example. First, suppose Ford made a car, but Ford forgot to put a reverse gear in that car. So then they came to know that we forgot to put a reverse gear. Even though for Atto there was no reverse gear. Now slowly reverse gear is added. When car is designed, there were no wipers first time. Then there is a problem at the rainy season. We were not able to see. Then again wipers are invented or discovered. So it is a journey. Continuous improvement is a journey. It is not a one night journey. So we can improve later on. So perfection will come day by day. It is not a one night journey. Like the Kaizen is perfect like that. So it is a ongoing. It is an evolving process. Okay. Fifth is said that correct mistakes as soon as they are found. It is also applicable to our body. Suppose if there are some abnormalities, our body is saying, please correct mistakes on time. Otherwise, in future, there will be a big problem. So if there are any indications, vibrations, noise, so please take action on it. Otherwise, if you are neglecting those symptoms, then they will create a big problem in the future. Same is happening with our body. If we are neglecting what our body is saying and we are not taking precautions on time, then it will be a very costly affair later on. Okay. So that is the fifth principle of Kaizen. Don't correct mistakes as soon as they are found. Sixth is my favorite one. I name it as creativity before capital. They are saying that don't spend a lot of money on improvement. It is always a creativity before capital. We should be creative. Now people are just saying they are only searching on nets. They are not creative. Always asking about the capital investment. But is there any creativity? Can we think about the creativity? Can we think about the creativity? Capital investment before investing, just think about the creativity. So can we create some ideas by using low cost or no cost? Low cost or no cost? So first creativity before the capital investment. Kaizen is always about using the brains, using the creativity, using the money, but very few money or no money. That is simple principle of Kaizen. Kaizen is not a big project. Either using very few money or no money. Mainly you need to use your brain. Okay. Seventh is said that problems give you a chance to use your brain. And I like, this is my statement. I always say celebrate your problems. So it is said by one of the Japanese sensei, celebrate your problems. So we should not hide anything. We should celebrate our problems. We should tell people that these are the problems. These are our problem bank. Toyota saying, please deposit problems in our bank. There should be a lot of problems, and then we can think what can be done. But just find out the problems, just find out the issues. Please deposit that issues in the problem bank. Problems should be celebrated. It should not be hidden. Okay. Then eighth is vibe analysis. It is done to find out the root cause. We are not going to cover that. Then 10 people's ideas are better than one person's idea. Always remember, we are not Einstein. All people are not Einstein or Newton. So if we involve 10 people's, then 10 people's ideas are always better than one person's idea or one person's voice. And 10th is very, very important. Improvement knows no limit. Biggest room is the room for improvement. So we need to continue our journey. We need to continue our journey. The biggest room is called as room for improvement. So just click this slide photo. These are the 10 principles of Kaizen. You can get it. So just remember these principles. So always creativity before capital. Celebrate your problems. I am just reading the highlighted one. Just do it. Think with your hand. And biggest room is the room for improvement. And one more important, keep an open mind. That I forgot to highlight. So keep an open mind. Just do it. Creativity before capital. Celebrate your problems. Biggest room is the room for improvement. So these are some bullet points. Okay. So these are called as principles of Kaizen. Correct? Understood? These are called as principles of Kaizen. Yes. So you can just take your time and read it later on. But these are very simple. These are principles. I'm not going to explain it. These are self-explanatory. Okay. Now we are going to cover some other topics. We have almost 1 hour. So can anyone tell me what is the difference between Kaizen and problem solving? Yesterday we discussed. Once again, can anyone tell me what is Kaizen, what is problem solving? Back to standard is called as problem solving. And that standard should be achievable. Huh? This standard should be achievable. Means our industrial engineering decided this target and this is achievable. But because of XYZ reasons, from last 3 months, 2 months, we are not able to. Yes, that is correct. Difference between standard gap. We need to reduce that gap. We need to achieve the standard. That is called as problem solving. And Kaizen is always improving the standard further. Okay. As I told you yesterday, suppose currently I am running 5 kilometers without stop, and if I increase it to 7 kilometers step by step, then 10 kilometers, then I started to run 21 kilometers. So I am improving my standard. That is Kaizen. So that is Kaizen. But I am back to the standard. Earlier I was running 5 kilometers non-stop, but because of XYZ reason in 4 months, I am able to run only 2 kilometers without stopping. There are lots of issues started related to my health. And if I achieved my standard, which I was able to achieve 4 months back, so going back to the standard is called as problems. Clear? So that is very, very important difference. Now, suppose if you want to implement a Kaizen, then how to do a Kaizen? So it is called as 6-step approach. Kaizen is called as 6-step approach. How to do that? So let's discuss one by one. So first is discover the improvement potential. For example, I observed that operator is bending 27 times while doing a setup. So I thought that I should reduce the fatigue of operator. So this is improvement potential for me. Suppose I observed that there are a lot of transportation waste. And as I told you, I took a project to reduce the transportation waste by 50%. When I just walked the floor, it was visible that material is moving in a zigzag crisscross way. So that was the potential improvement. So I need to develop my Kaizen eye. Your eyes should able to identify the wastes on the floor. Your eyes should be identified to uh, find out 3D abnormalities. So please train your brain, please train your eyes so that yesterday in toast video, you find out the abnormalities. You found the improvement potential because toaster is not close to the raw material. So this is the improvement potential identified by you itself. So you need to find out the improvement potential. So 7 plus 1 waste, 3D abnormalities, there is a lot of fatigue on operator, there are a lot of zigzag crisscross movement. So there is a lot of inventories lying on the floor, lines are imbalanced. So these should you able to identify. So this is the first step. Discover the improvement potential. Okay. Then second, analyze the current method. For example, I observed that Anil was bending 27 times while doing setup. So then I thought that I should analyze how he is doing setup. Okay. I was just observing. Then I captured the details. Why he bent 27 times. For example, 5 times for this reason, 6 times for this reason, 7 times for this reason, like that. So I analyzed the 27 times he was bending. So I analyzed why he was bending 27 times. Okay. So this is called as analysis of current method. And the best approach is 3G. Gemba, Genbetsu, Genjutsu. Go to the Gemba. I am Once again saying, Gemba never lies. Gemba is the best teacher. Gemba is the heart of any organization. So I am going to the Gemba, Genchi Gembetsu principle. Go and see. I am just saying Uno circle. You can use the Uno circle. So discover the improvement potential, analyze the current method, use 3G approach, Gemba, walk, Uno circle approach. Okay. Now these two steps are completed. So I have collected a data, but that data is the real time data. It is speaking the reality. It is not opinion. It is not by sitting in conferences room. I captured this data on Gemba. Now, third is generate ideas. Now I want to involve 10 person's brain. So I can carry one brainstorming session. So this is problem. So Anil is bending 27 times, for 5 times for this reason, for 7 times for this reason. Or Anil is searching and he is wasting suppose 30 minutes in searching. So what is the 30 minutes? He searched 10 minutes for this, 5 minutes for this. So can we create some kaizens? So just generating ideas on paper, just generating ideas. So Mani is saying XYZ, Aniket is saying XYZ. So just collect those ideas. That is called as generation of ideas, brainstorming session, or it is called as brain writing. Suppose you are writing on post-it, what are the different ideas? It is called as brain writing. And if you are discussing in open forum, then it is called as open brainstorming. But you are writing on post-its, then it is either called as silent brainstorming or brain writing. Just write on post-its the ideas. So this is the third step. I have find out the improvement potential. Then I analyze the current method by going to Gemba by 3G Uno circle. Now I am came back, for example, in conference room or on the Gemba itself. I have generated a lot of ideas. I just asking the people what can be done. What can be done? Then fourth is now I need to develop a plan. So these ideas are on paper. So for example, this idea will done by who? Who is going to do this? When he will complete? So for example, Kiran is supposed to establish engineering control on press machine. When? For example, July end. Okay. So Girija is expected to do this action when? August end. So accordingly, we need to prepare development plan. It is also called as Kaizen newspaper. Kaizen newspaper means what is the activities supposed to do, who is supposed to do that, when it is supposed to be completed, what is the status is either planned, in process, or cancelled, or on hold, like that. So I have listed out 10 ideas. It is on paper only. And suppose this activity is done by Kiran, this is the who, when, and status. Three are very important. Who is going to do this activity, when, and what is the status? Current status is planned. After a week, status will be in process, for example, or sometimes we can cancel. So it is cancelled, and we need to give the proper reason why you are cancelling. Management is not giving the approval, for example, like XYZ, or customer approval is not received, like that. So fourth is called as develop an implementation plan. Now fifth is called as implement the plan. So what we are discussing, so now we are implementing. That is very important. Implementation. That is in Raju Bajaj video. Again, Yamaguchi-san, again you are just saying that improvement is my job, improvement is my job, improvement is my job, but you are not taking any action since morning. Just talking, improvement is my job, improvement is my job. So implementation is very important. Now you need to implement what you planned. Then review mechanism, etc. And sixth is called as evaluate the new method. For example, and I took some kaizens and I reduced the bending moment from 27 to 10 times. Now I'm just evaluating this method, whether this method is correct, any there are other consequences are there or not. I am just evaluating. And if it is found okay, operator is also satisfactory, then I can include it in SOP work instruction. So this is called as 6-step approach. First, identify the improvement potential, analyze the current method, generate the ideas, brainstorming, brain writing, write down the ideas on post-it. It is called as silent brainstorming, open forum, open brainstorming, or like that. So fourth is develop an implementation plan. Fifth is implement the plan. And sixth is evaluate the new method. So you should carry out Kaizen in this way only. Once again, I am repeating, carry out the 3D observables, etc., etc., and then this follow these 6 steps. Clear? So 6 steps of Kaizen is clear. 6 steps of Kaizen. No, there is no format. So this is just steps. This is no format. Just you need to check. Okay. It is a guideline. This is not format as such, but these are the steps and these should be followed in the same sequence. Okay. For Kaizen sheet, there is a format we can discuss. Okay. So 6 tips are clear. Structured approach. Okay. Now we are going to discuss the types of Kaizen. So particularly there is Kaizen competition by CII or other actually institutions. So normally it is said that there are 3 types of Kaizen. So is anyone aware what are the 3 types of Kaizen? So one type we will discuss, there will be some debate. But what are the 3 types of Kaizen? Yes, screen is purposely made black. Okay. Money must be knowing. Yes. Okay. So it is 3 types of Kaizen. I don't notice. So first type is called as restorative Kaizen. So ideally for me, this is not Kaizen, huh? And hence the word restorative, because it is nothing else but problem solving. So, but people are calling it as a restorative Kaizen. For example, as I told you, for me it is not a Kaizen, but if you want to call it as a Kaizen, please use one word. That word is very, very important. That word is called as restoration or restorative Kaizen. Restorative Kaizen. Restorative Kaizen is nothing else but, for example, improvement done for restoration of a machine or process. So there are some conditions we are deteriorated and we are restoring those conditions on machine or either one process. So these actions against the deterioration of a machine or process to meet the basic requirement of machine or process is called as restorative Kaizen. Means I'm just, for example, there is a machine, there is some machine, and suppose there is a XYZ problems, there is speed loss, and I am taking action and I am restored the original condition. So this is called as a restorative Kaizen because I have restored. But you should not call it only as a Kaizen. You should use the word restorative because it is saying that you have restored the condition. You have restored the earlier condition. So that is called as restorative Kaizen. Means I am restoring the machine or process. I am taking some actions against the deterioration of machine because by the age there will be some deterioration in machine. So there will be some forced deterioration, there will be some natural deterioration, and we are taking action against that deterioration. And these are called as restorative. This is called as restorative. Okay. Second type is called as a renovative. Renovative, guys. What does it mean? Improvement done for better changes in machine or process. So I am doing some changes. It will be not breakthrough changes. It will be not breakthrough changes, but there will be some changes and which is helping me to improve my standard. Which is helping me to improve my standard. For example, yesterday we were discussing that current output is 300 pieces per hour. This is our current output. And suppose customer is saying that requirement is 315 pieces per hour. Okay, my current output is 300. So if I put another machine, there will be a lot of cost. Again, space will be needed and output will be 600. So that is not required. So there is just incremental change from 300 to 315 pieces per hour. That is the requirement. So, can I reduce cycle time without affecting the safety or quality? Can we improve our current processes to meet the customer's requirement? The customer's requirement in 315 pieces per hour. Just imagine that I am just packaging burgers and I am packing 300 pieces per hour. And customer's requirement is 315 pieces per hour I need to pack. So I will just observe how that operator is packing. And if there are some wastes, for example, he is bending a lot. So he is not finding the carton boxes there. Carton boxes are not placed correctly. So labels he need to take from a different location. So he need to stretch his hand and then put a label, for example. So can I do something? Can I do something, some small kaizens, so that that cycle time of packing the box, can I reduce that cycle time? Because I can reduce the operator bending moment. I can reduce the operator stretching hand. POUS concept, point of use concept. So some kaizens, if I implement, and because of these kaizens, if I able to increase the output from 300 pieces per hour, 300 burgers per hour to be packed, and now I achieved a 315 burgers I can pack in 1 hour. So this is called as a renovative kaizen. What does it mean? It is improving the standard, but I am not using any technology change. There is no technology change, small improvements. Where is the waste? I'm just analyzing where is the waste, where operator is suffering, like that. That is called as renovative kaizen. And third type is called as innovative kaizen. Innovative kaizen means it is entirely unique. It is entirely unique, entirely different. There is a technological change in current way of doing work. There is some technology I am adding in that. I am adding some technology, some engineering control, some technology. If I am using, then it is called as innovative Kaizen, and results can be breakthrough, 30% improvement or like that. So this is called as innovative Kaizen. So Kaizen is a very innovative, very unique approach, entirely different. Okay, that is called as innovative Kaizen. For example, my brother-in-law, he was working in a bank as a cashier. Now just imagine he was working as a cashier and he was say 56 years old, and he was facing a lot of issues. For example, there is a bending moment, and there is a speed is less because his age is near about 56. And now there is a machine for counting the notes. So some technology is added. Earlier he was counting the notes manually. He was counting the notes manually, and hence there are more time is required, fatigue on that cashier, and there are chances of error. So fatigue is also there, chances of error are also there, and more time will be required. Now because of that note counting machine, he just pressing that bundle in note counting machine, he used the technology, and hence time is reduced, no fatigue, because he need not to bend and he need not to count. So he will just placing the note bundle in that machine. So this is some technology change I have used some technology. Then it is called as innovative Kaizen. So back to standard, restorative Kaizen. Something is improving 10%, 15%, but not technology change, some small Kaizens. A innovative Kaizen, we need to meet the current requirement of customer, and innovative Kaizen means it is entirely unique or entirely different of doing work, technology change in current way of doing. That is called as innovative Kaizen. So types are clear: restorative, renovative, and innovative. Restorative means is nothing else but like a problem solving. So people are using it as a restorative. and sometimes breakthrough Kaizen speech is entirely different. Okay, but restorative means Indu Shekhar, for example, earlier, like it is a problem solving, but some people are calling it as a restorative Kaizen. I am restoring the condition. Suppose machine is deteriorated and I have taken some actions on that deterioration. For example, I just change the spare part. That is called as restoration. So I am not improving the machine. I am not improving the output. I am not reducing the cycle time. Just because of that, some problem is there on that machine. I am just replacing that particular part. I am just actually acting on some sources of contamination. I am acting on deterioration, and that is called as restorative, guys. Okay. 1 minute. So next, I would like to explain you the bottleneck process. So now please listen carefully. We are discussing what is bottleneck process. So can anyone tell me what is bottleneck process? What is bottleneck process? What is bottleneck process? The showstopper process. The showstopper process is called as bottleneck process. I will just explain. What does it mean? Suppose just for your explanation, I am using the pen. Okay. Now just imagine this is operation number 1. This is operation number 1 and it is a manual operation. Forget about these processes. Any process you can write. Any process you can write. I'm just writing down for example. And suppose these are all manual activities. Huh? Suppose these are all manual activities, or it can be machines as well. It can be machines, it can be manual. But here I'm considering it as a manual activity. Okay. The operator 1, the cycle time is, for example, 160 seconds. Okay. So after 160 seconds, this operator will keep this job here. After 160 seconds, he will put this pizza here. Okay. So after each and 160 seconds, he is going to place the pizza here after pizza base making. Okay. Now the second operator, operator number 2. Now operator number 2, who was doing, is just applying the coating, And suppose his cycle time is 100 seconds. So there is some Mura. You are observing that there is a Mura because it is 160 second and it is a 100 second. It is a Mura. It is clearly visible Mura. Okay. Now this operator will finish the job and he will wait. Okay. Okay. Now suppose the output of this process goes to third process as the input. Output of this process goes to the third process as input. Now just look at the operation number 3. There is one again operator 1 is standing, or one operator is standing, and his task is to apply toppings. So he applied coating, and now he need to apply toppings on that pizza. And suppose cycle time is 140 seconds. Okay, 140 seconds. Now suppose there is a operation number 4. And that cycle time is manual. Just consider it as manual. And cycle time is 240 seconds. So there will be lot of inventory here because this cycle time is the highest. This cycle time baking is the highest. So lot of inventory will be there because this process is taking higher cycle time. This is the higher cycle time, process with a higher cycle time. The process with higher cycle time, the process which is having highest cycle time, but it should be interconnected. Huh? These are not standalone machine. These are not standalone machine. Output of this machine goes as an input to this machine. Output of this machine goes as an input to this machine. These are connected in a series. Suppose these are connected in series. This is raw material, and now this is pizza is ready. Finished good is ready. Pizza is ready. Okay, and this is raw material. Now the process having the highest cycle time. The process having the highest cycle time, or the process having lowest output. Output is low as compared to others because they are finishing in 140 seconds like that. Highest cycle time and hence capacity or output is low. That process is called as bottleneck process. That process is called as bottleneck process. The process having highest cycle time and hence output is low because all our flow, so river is flowing there and suppose there is a like dam. So water is accumulating here. So my pizzas are accumulating here because this is the highest cycle time process. So this process which is having highest cycle time, it is called as bottleneck process. It is called as bottleneck process. Okay. Suppose now I deliver a training on Kaizen. Tomorrow Aniket ji decided to use ASTM principle and he is saying that I will reduce the time because sir is saying that time reduction is also Kaizen. Okay. Now Aniket ji came here and he reduced this cycle time from 100 to 90 seconds. And Aniket ji is saying that yes, I have reduced the output cycle time from 100 seconds to 90 seconds. So big clap, we improved the output. But for me, it is not a Kaizen. Even though cycle time reduction, because it is a connected processes and your pizzas are sticking here and pizzas are sticking here because of this cycle time. So if you want to reduce the cycle time, always start with the bottleneck process. Then and then only your output will be increased. If you are reducing cycle time from 100 seconds to 90 seconds, I will not recommend this. If you are reducing the cycle from 160 to 130 seconds, right now my first priority is to reduce this cycle time from 240 seconds to 230 seconds. And just assuming that customer requires pizza after every 230 seconds. If customer requires pizza after every 300 seconds, then your deliveries will be not affected. Please note, if customer needs pizza after every 5 minutes, then your deliveries will be not affected because you can easily give a dispatch to the customer. But your work in process will be increased. But if customer is saying that customer wants pizza in 230 seconds or 220 seconds, each 220-second customer wants a pizza, then you have to have reduce this cycle time. Analyze this process, remove the non-valued time, and please make it 220 like that. So please apply your brains here. Please do your Kaizens here. Forget about now, just focus here. Now just focus here because of this activity we are not able to fulfill the customer requirement. So ideally always start improvement on bottleneck process. And bottleneck process is the process having highest cycle time. Clear concept? So these all machines are connected in a series. These machines are connected in series. And if I want to improve the overall output, I want to improve the overall output. Customer is demanding pizza after 220 seconds. I need not to carry out Kaizen here. No, I need not to carry out Kaizen here. I need not to carry out Kaizen here because these are within limits. Customer requires 220 seconds. I need to definitely work on baking process. Clear? What is bottleneck process? VSM is different, but here I'm just understanding the yes, low output or highest cycle time. And always remember, if these are interconnected processes, I am again repeating, if these are interconnected processes, the output of one is the input for the other, and overall output of the line is determined by the baking process. Why? Because it is having highest cycle time. The overall output of the line is always decided by the bottleneck process. Please remember, overall output of the line is always determined or decided by the bottleneck process. I am again writing in chat box. Overall output of line is decided by bottleneck process, and hence I need to reduce cycle time on bottleneck process. Clear? Very good. So please apply this logic. Please identify which is the bottleneck process in your plant, which is the bottleneck process in your area, and please utilize brains. How we can reduce? Please involve the engineering team. Please involve the manufacturing engineering team. Yes, yes, yes. Always remember, Pinoy, the lowest output. Because highest cycle time, it will result to the lowest output. Okay. So bottleneck process is clear. Okay. I told you that no, so that hospital that I went with one of the patient. So I explained you that, right? How that motion was there. I was very tired because there are lots of motion. I was with patient, correct? Yes. So yes. So there is a one tool we will see it very quickly. So that is called as spaghetti diagram. That is called as spaghetti diagram. And always remember, spaghetti diagram is used. This diagram is used to track the motion and the transportation waste. Spaghetti diagram is used to track the motion and the transportation waste. This is a very beautiful but a very, very simple tool. It is a paper pencil tool. You need not require any software like that. It is a paper pencil tool. And why the name spaghetti? Spaghetti means like Maggie. You have seen the Maggie, right? Like noodles. So noodles are not always straight. If you make the noodles, these are not like straight. These are like this. So this is called as spaghetti. Spaghetti means like noodles, shape of the noodles. And hence the name of this diagram is called as spaghetti diagram. So it is never straight. So when you cook it, it will be shaped like this. And hence the name is spaghetti. Okay. Now this is my favorite tool. As I told you, when I was working in one of the company, I just used the spaghetti diagram. Uh, I went to that factory, I discussed with plant head, and I told plant head, sir, I need your plant layout on A3 page. So I need your plant layout on A3 page. So I will just use the next slide. Okay. I will not read the theory. I will just read the. So I need your plant layout on A3 slide. Okay. So he gave me this printout. So he gave me this printout. Okay. Then there was one process expert. So I walked the process flow. Firstly, you need to walk the process flow physically. Yeah? Do not carry anything. Just from start to end, walk the process flow. So what is your first operation? What is your second operation? What is just walk the process flow with that process owner or your industrial engineer, anyone. Just walk the process flow. So do not draw anything. I just walk the process flow. Then I came to know that I am going here and there, zigzag, crisscross. Then I thought that I should use this tool, spaghetti diagram. I should use this tool. So this diagram is much better. This diagram is much better. It is already I did one project here. So I just observe that material is coming from the stores. This is operation number one. Okay, this material is coming from the stores. Now just walk the process flow. So this material is coming here, coming here, coming here, coming here, coming here. There is a melting section. Oh, there is a melting. So this raw material was there in die casting. The material was melting. After that, it was going to the die casting machine. After that, it was coming to the trimming press. There was a fettling operation. So it was going to the fettling operation. So there is one short blasting operation there. So it is a short blasting. Again, there is a final inspection. So it is again coming there. So now 8 is casting storage, but it is in different plat. So again, I need to come to this 8, for example. Then is a laser marking. Oh, the laser marking. Then machining cell, very good. Washing cell, very good. Leak testing, cup press. Again, leak testing too. Inspection. Again, packing. Again, going to the dock. So now just imagine how the your material or the motion. If man is doing it was mostly the pallet truck. Inside of the factory, forklift was not allowed. So it was a pallet truck, particularly in this shop. Particularly in this shop, forklift was not allowed. For example, everything was on pallet truck. So this is called as spaghetti diagram. Just take a printout. Just take a printout in A3 size. So I would this is for showing to the management. I prepared like this, but ideally it should be taken on the printout. Use different color pens. For example, man movement by the red, material movement by the blue, for example. And suppose there are A, B, C products. So A can be used in different colors like that. B is different color. So this is called as spaghetti diagram. Always start the spaghetti diagram. Then you can able to visualize the waste. So if your lines are straight, your layout is good, and if you are visualizing everything is good, then you need not to work on the layout change. But there is a zigzag movement, crisscross movement. Then you can suggest to your management, can we go for the layout change? Because there is a zigzag crisscross movement like that. And clear, understood? So this is called as spaghetti diagram. So spaghetti diagram always helps us to identify transportation and motion waste. Very simple tool. Very simple tool. Understood? Spaghetti diagram. Very simple. I explained you on that. I was moving with the patient here and there, reception, admin, like that. I was drawing spaghetti diagram only. I was drawing spaghetti diagram only. And then you can think about the ideas. What can be done? What can be the layout? Okay? Very. So now there is only one concept is remaining. And then we can discuss about the Kaizen sheet. Okay? Now, can anyone tell me what is PDCA and what is SDCA? There are two cycles. One cycle is called as PDCA. Another cycle is called as SDCA. What is PDCA? What is SDCA? Plan, Do, Check, Act. PDCA. What is SDCA? Yes, standardize is the correct word. Standardize, Do, Check, Act. So PDCA is called as Plan, Do, Check, Act, and SDCA is called as Standardize, Do, Check, Act. Now we will discuss. Okay. Always remember, I am again using the pen. Always remember that there are two cycles. One is called as PDCA cycle and another is called as SDCA cycle. But when to use PDCA and when to use SDCA, that is very, very important. When to use PDCA and when to use SDCA. Always remember, PDCA cycle we should use for improvement. So hence it is called as improvement cycle. PDCA cycle is called as improvement cycle. It is used when we are going to improve anything. So that is called as PDCA. Plan, Do, Check, Act. And when we are going to sustain the improvement, what we are achieved and we are going to sustain it, that is called as SDCA. Standardize, Do, Check, Act. So I will explain you two examples or three examples. Very simple. Suppose we want to improve the 5S level of your factory. Normally, we were doing it to improve the 5S level. Particularly when there is a customer visit, when our managing director is coming, when our board of director is coming. I won't name that company, but that company is always working. When there is any important visit, they are working on improving the 5 years, working on 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. Suppose their current 5 year score is 50 or less than that. So they know that their score is not good. Management is coming, MD is coming, very important customer is coming. So now they want to improve the 5 year score from 50 to 75, for example. Hmm? And they want improvement, and hence they should use the PDCA, improvement cycle, PDCA. P stands for plan. So first carry out the 5 years audit as is condition. Then there will be a lot of abnormalities will be identified. Please document these abnormalities. And now we need to make a plan. For example, IELTS marking, who will do it? Or labeling, for example, who will do it? So we are just making a plan. It is on paper. So who is going to work on this particular task? When? Because our very important visit in next 15 days. So it is planning. We are just planning on paper. So that is called as P. We are deciding the team. We are planning the activities on paper. That is called as P. Then doing, do. Now actually actions. So yes, there are new boards, aisle marking, paint marking, machine identification, displaying, etc., etc., etc. Do. C stands for check. Now we are checking whether our score is really improved or not. Again, there is a one audit before the visit. Earlier score was 50. Score is improved. What is the opinion of our plant head? Yes, there is some improvement. Yes, he will suggest some changes. Again, we will check. And suppose there are any abnormalities, then we will act on that abnormality. So that is called as PDC. We will plan, we will do, we will check whether we are improving or not, and we will going to act. That is called as PDCA. Now, just as a personal example, suppose I want to reduce weight, means I want to improve my health by reducing weight. Suppose my weight is 90 kgs and doctor told me that your ideal weight should be 75 kgs. Oh, that is the problem because ideal weight is 75 and my weight is 90. I am overweight. So now I need to improve my health. For improvement, I should use PDCA. Now what I am doing, I am planning. For example, I am planning that I will go to the uh, nutritionist, for example, or the in a doctor. I will visit a very famous doctor. He is nutritionist or he will guide me. So I will visit doctors. This is my in my plan. So this is my plan. Visit the doctor. Okay. Then doctor will tell me that please avoid the cold drinks. Please avoid the cold drinks. Please avoid the potatoes. Please avoid the don't use the oil. Please use the less oil, like etc. etc. So instead of 3 chapatis, start to eating 2 chapatis, for example. Please reduce the amount of ice, example, etc. etc. So everything is on plan because I went to the doctor. Doctor gave me something. Now I had decided that now, yes, I am going to do this. So this is already a plan. I am not implementing. Now do means I need to implement. I really need to start the walking. I really need to start the exercise. I really need to limit my food contents. I need to limit the potatoes, oily contents, the outside food, burgers, etc. So now I am acting. Yes, that is called as do. And I made a plan that every month I will reduce 3 kgs, for example, and I'm going to reduce 15 kgs in 5 months, every month 3 kgs. So I am started accordingly. I visited, I made a plan, some I carried out some weighing scale, then implementation started. And suppose 30 days completed, it is supposed that my weight should be reduced by 3 kgs. And suppose it is reduced by almost 2.5 kgs. Yes, we are on track. It is track, it is nearby, near about 3 or 2.5. That is, I am on track. Then I need not to act anything. I will just continue that diet plan or my exercise plan. But suppose if I observe that even I am following this, but my weight is again increasing or remains same, means my plan is not working. And then again I need to revisit. I need to remake the plan. I need to again going to the doctor. This is not going to help, for example. That is called as act. Check whether we are improving or not. And if you are not improving, please act on it. Okay. So out of 115, how many people are always motivated from 1st January to 8th January? So 1st January 1st week is always we are making the plans, sankalps. We are making the sankalps. We will do this, we will do this, we will do this. And I'm every January I make a plan. Okay, but what will happen on 9th January or 15th January? So I made a plan on paper. Will that work for most of us? Some people are very dedicated. 9 Jan sleeping, yes. Go to gym till 8 Jan. Hmm? From 9th Jan, please avoid going to the gym. Please start eating again. Again start cold drinks like that. Yes, yes. My also, Ravinji, my plan is also not worked. I need to improve as well. Okay. And hence there is one another cycle is important, and that cycle is called as SDCA. SDCA. We are improving the 5-year score from 50 to 75. But after that visit, after our MD's visit, after our customer visit, again we are coming back. Again we are at 50 or less than 50 because we did it for the show. We did it for the show. Agree? Yes or no? Because most of the companies I have seen this. After that important visit, again drop. On 9th January, again problem. So, Japanese are saying that SDCA, Standardized Do Check Act, where I need to sustain the improvements. I need to sustain the improvements. For example, if I'm increasing the output from 300 pieces to 310 pieces, so do not go immediately to 320. Do not go immediately to 330. Do not go immediately to 340. If you are achieving the output 310 pieces per hour, just observe whether there are not other consequences. Take the feedbacks of operators. Please check the quality. Please check the safety incidences. Please observe the process. Here, do not improve further. So just observe the process. Earlier, for example, 300 pieces, 300 to 310 here. So now just observe, and again you can go for 320. But you need to observe this process, whether there are any negative consequences, whether quality is deteriorating, whether operator is in fatigue, whether operator is overburdened. So that sustenance, the standardization, we need to document our work instruction. We need to revisit our work instruction, SOPs. We need to train our operators accordingly. What changes we have made? 300 to 310. These are the changes. We need to document that. We need to add it in SOP, work instruction. We need to train our operators. We need to observe for 1 month, 15 days. Then again, you can think about from going to 310 to 220. So that is called as SDCA, Standardized Do Check Act. Okay. Clear? Standardized Do Check Act. As I'm again telling, I'm increasing output from 300 and 210. Do not improve to 320 immediately. Just observe for 15 days, 1 month, and then again try. So that is called as PDCA. When you are improving anything, use PDCA. When you are standardizing, sustaining anything, that is called as SDC. Clear? So this slide will give you much more idea. PDCA, plan. There are, we can establish a target or goal, decide an action plan. For example, I want to reduce my weight from 90 kgs to 75 kgs. This is my target. Decide an action plan. I will go to the doctor. I will discuss with nutritionist like that. And I have made a plan that every month I will reduce 3 kgs. So this is my plan. This is only on paper. Only plan. Do. Improvement is my job. Improvement is my job. But not doing, not acting. And hence do is very, very important. Just do it. Implement the decided actions. Okay, I need to avoid cold drink. And okay. Then check if the implementation is giving us a desired result. So I am avoiding the outside food. I'm avoiding the oily food. I'm avoiding the burgers. I'm avoiding the pizzas. I have started exercising. I have started morning walk. I have started gym. I have started the meditation. Now please check whether these changes, what I have done in my lifestyle, are they bringing the desired results? And if they are not bringing the desired results, means again I need to revisit my plan. If they are giving me very good results, then I need to continue. I need to continue. I will follow the same lifestyle because it is giving me result. And hence it is said that for any improvement, use PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act. Plan, do, check, act. Now discuss about SDCA. Put the process on paper, document it. Oh, so this is the documentation. We achieved 300 to 310. So this is the documentation, what we did. Then train your staff. Tell your operator, earlier output was 300, now it is 310. So what we did, and now please instruct him, please check the quality, please check the safety. Is it affecting your safety? Is it affecting the quality? Please tell quality inspector to please check the quality, because we have reduced the cycle time by 1 second. Please observe carefully. So train your staff, tell your staff, conduct a meeting, training, documentation. Now ensure everybody implements the follow the procedure. Now we have reduced the cycle time. Earlier he was packing 300 burgers per hour. Now he is packing 310, because we have done, these are the kaizens we implemented. Everybody should follow this implementation. So please ensure everybody is implementing or following the procedure or not. Check if the process works for everyone or not. Is everyone adopting the procedure? It is giving the desired results. And if there is a problem, act on it. And it is not problem, just continue that. Okay? Clear? And these cycles are never ending. PDCA, SDCA, plan, do, check, act, standardize, do, check, act. Okay? Now the last slide, I will not explain in detail, because you need to learn. You need to learn. Okay? It is called as Kaizen sheet. It is called as Kaizen sheet. Okay? Kaizen idea sheet. So you can use any format. You can use any format. You can use any format. We were using this format in our company, for example. So what is the cell name? What is the cell number? What is the Kaizen theme? It is always starting with to prevent, to reduce, to increase. When we are going to use word prevent, if we are preventing any failure, if we are preventing any accident, if we are preventing any rejection, then we should use the word prevent. For example, to prevent the accidents, always start with the word prevent. If you are working on accidents, rejection, when to use the word reduce? For example, you are reducing the cycle time, setup time. So use the reduce. So we are reducing the setting time or cycle time from 30 seconds to 29 seconds. Okay. So when to increase, when to use the word increase? When you are increasing productivity, when you are increasing efficiency, like that. So my Kaizen theme, for example, to improve or to reduce my weight from this to this, to reduce my rejection from 3% to 0.5%, like that. So this is my Kaizen theme. Now, what is the current status? What is my current problem? So what is my current problem? So for defining any problem, there is a one beautiful tool. That tool is called as 4W1H. Are you aware about that tool, 4W1H or 5W1H? Are you aware of this tool? Describe any problem with the help of 4W1H. What does it mean? I will explain you. You should always explain the problem with 4W1H. What is the problem? For example, I am producing a water bottle and there is a crack. So my problem is crack. So what is the problem? You should ask what is the problem? What has the problem? You should mention the part number. For example, XYZ part. And for that part, I am observing the crack. So please use the 4W1H approach. First, W stands for what? In what you please mention the problem, defect, crack, overweight. What is the problem? Part name, machine name. In where you should mention the location. Yes, there is a bottle is cracking. So there is a crack observed on the bottle. We are manufacturing the water bottles, plastic water bottles. But where is the crack? Near to the lid, on bottom side, top side, near to the letter K. Suppose Kiran is the bottle name. So near to the letter K, near to the letter N. So you need to mention the location. Okay. And you need to mention whether at which station this defect is generated or detected. So if it generated is known, please mention. If you don't know, keep it blank. For example, I observed this water bottle is cracked and I detected this water bottle crack at PDI station. So where it is detected, this get detected at pre-dispatch inspection station. It is not detected in injection molding. It is supposed to detect in injection molding, but it is detected in PDI and this is generated in injection molding. So in where you need to mention the location, where it is generated, where it is detected. Third is called as when. Since when this problem is observed. Earlier we were manufacturing the water bottle, the rejection was 0.5% only. But why this rejection percentage increased? Since when this has happened? For example, this has happened from July 2025. So you can mention since July 2025, this problem has increased. That is called as when. Forget about this right now. Fourth is who. Who is affected by the problem? Because water bottle is cracked and hence I am not able to deliver the water bottle from the injection molding to the machining stage. So my next process, that is machining, will affect. My customer will affect because my customer needs 1,000 bottles but 20% rejection. I am only able to give 800 bottles. So who will affect? So customer will affect, my next process will affect. And who is detected this problem? Name is not required. Operator is detected, in process inspector is detected, PD inspector is detected, customer is detected, etc. So please mention what is the problem, where is the problem, when is the problem, and who is affected by this problem, and then last is called as how big is the problem. In how big, you need to mention rejection percentage. For example, rejection percentage is 10%, 20%, 5%, like that. And what is the cost impact on the business? Because there is a 20% water bottle rejected, and because of that, suppose we are losing 3 lakhs rupees per month. This is eating our profit because the cost impact on business is 3 lakhs rupees per month. So this is just, I am going to cover this in problem solving or 7 key tools. This is not part of Kaizen, but I just told you how to define a problem. So by using 4W1H, okay? Just for your information. So you can, say that, so in Kaizen sheet, you can mention the Kaizen theme, problem status, 4W1H, Viva analysis. Normally it is carried out why this problem is there. We carry out Viva analysis. And suppose we arrive at root cause. Suppose we arrive at a root cause. We are doing the Viva analysis and we are arriving at a root cause. Suppose root cause is that operator, there is no engineering control. Some accidents are happening. You did the Viva analysis and root cause is that there are engineering controls are not there. And because of that, accidents are happening. Then what is your idea? Idea should be opposite to the root cause. So my idea is I am putting the engineering controls. That was my problem to prevent the accident. What is the current status? What is the Viva analysis? What is the root cause? And opposite to the root cause should be the idea. Then the countermeasure, what we are going to do, the making a plan. So what is the action we need to write down, countermeasure. Then before and versus after photograph. So this is the before photograph, this is the after photograph. Okay. And here is downtime. So this is it is related to suppose motion waste. Suppose it is related to transportation waste. You need to click on transportation. You need to click on motion. You need to click on, suppose it's related to defect. You need to click on defect, like that. So and result, because of when I will implement this Kaizen, what will happen? My safety will improve. Then I need to click on S. If my productivity will improve, I need to click on P. PQCDSM, it is nothing else but productivity, quality, cost, delivery, safety, and morale. So because I am reducing the accident, I am preventing the accident, and because safety is improved, or also cost is going to improve, or safety. So I need to click here. Either it is on downtime, and what is the result area? So before photograph, after photograph, and then you need to display results here. Okay. So I did this. For example, there are 27 times severe bending. Now it is bending 10 times. So result is from reduced from 27 to 10. So always remember result. You have taken the theme to reduce the bending moment and you need to display the results in graphical form related to that theme. Theme was to reduce the bending moment. So from 27, we reduced to 8 or 10 times. So that is my result graphically. What is my theme? Against that is the result. Here benefits. Benefits means other than benefits. Result is related to what is the theme to reduce the bending moment from 27 to 10. Benefit means other benefits. Operator fatigue will be reduced. Operator efficiency will be improved. So these are called as benefits. Other benefits. Tangible or intangible. So who is verified? Verified and approved by the sign. This is called as simple Kaizen sheet. This is called as simple Kaizen sheet. So you just click the photo, I will send it to you. But by practice, you will learn how to fill the Kaizen sheet. So if you are not feeling, you will learn by the practice. But if you are already feeling, then you are knowing this. But always remember that result should be against the Kaizen theme and benefits mean other than the benefits. Okay. Now this is the last slide. I made a master summary slide. What we learned in 5 days, I have made only one slide. It is a quick recap. So can we do a quick recap? So this is just master summary slide for the concepts. But here we can discuss what we learned in day 1. Can anyone speak? We started with what? Result areas means, for example, what is my theme? Suppose I want to reduce the bending moment of the operator by 50%, or I need to reduce the transportation waste by 50%. Earlier, I was traveling 2 kilometers. Now I am traveling 1 kilometer. So that is the result. What is the theme taken? And you need to display. Earlier 2 kilometer that part is traveling. Now it is traveling 1 kilometer. In benefits, other than this, because of this, safety incidents may be reduced because there is a forklift movement and we are reducing the movement, and hence the benefits means operator safety will be improved, WIP will be less, like that. Okay. We started with why is improvement required. Then yes, for golden voices the management, which are the words? VOC, VOB, VOP, VOE. Very good. Then after that, yes, changing scenario. Now buyer's market. Earlier it was a seller's market. Now it is a buyer market change. Okay. Then what we discussed? Yes, bottlenecking. Okay. After that, what we discussed? Okay. What is the purpose of any business? Make more money. Okay. Then concepts. We can discuss the concepts here. 3D. Use Kaizen or just do it action against 3D abnormalities. Danger, difficult, dirty. Adopt 3R. Reduce, reuse, recycle principle for generating the Kaizen ideas. Use ASTM philosophy or principle for the Kaizen generation, attitude, safety, time reduction, energy, and then money. Then what is the correct sequence of Kaizen? EBFC rule, my favorite rule. Easier, better, faster, cheaper. Easier, better, faster, cheaper. Then this is 3G approach, Gemba, Gembetsu, Genjutsu. Then 7 plus 1 waste, downtime. Muda, Mura, Muri. Then PDCA cycle, SDCA cycle, POU concept, point of view storage. Just please write down in chat box what you learned, what you know. Please write down. Uno circle, very good. Uno circle. What is waste? Can anyone tell me definition of waste? Yes, Uno circle. What is waste? 4W1H. Yes, what is our job? Improvement is our job. Toast video. An activity which consume resource but customer is not willing to pay for it. It is called as waste. Improvement is our job. Very good. 3R concept, 3D concept, EBFC, 3G, Kaizen principle. What is the difference between problem solving and Kaizen? Yes. Back to standard, improving the standard. What are the types of Kaizen? Yes, restorative, renovative, innovative. Okay. What is PDCA? Plan, do, check, act. PDCA is called as improvement cycle. What is SDCA? Standardize, do, check, act. It is called as sustenance cycle. Bottleneck process. What is the definition of bottleneck? The process having highest cycle time or lowest output, because higher cycle time means lowest output. We need to act on the bottleneck process. If you want to reduce the cycle time, please start with the bottleneck process. If your processes are connected, if your processes are in series, your machines, your workstations are in series, then you need to start with the bottleneck process. If it is individual machine, then you can do time reduction. But if it is connected in series, you need to start with what? Yes, spaghetti diagram. Thank you very much. We also learned the spaghetti diagram. It is why it is used? It is used to visualize which waste? Motion and transportation. Very good. So thank you. Thank you. I hope you learned some concept, and thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. So I am also learned a lot from you people. Some people also help me. So thank you for your help. Thank you for your cooperation, and I will miss you. I hope you learned. There will be some value addition I did. Please put your feedbacks. I will improve on that. Good night. Happy learning. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.